program and just the growth and the passion that this fan base has. It's just really, really special for our team, and I just couldn't be more grateful to Husker Nation for coming out and supporting our team through the highs and lows that this season has presented. Obviously, we are disappointed losing on our home court anytime. We knew playing against the number 7 team in the country that we were going to have to score points. I mean, we really wanted to defend. Obviously, it's crazy to give up 80 points and still be holding them 10 below their average, but we knew we were going to have to score points. We didn't shoot it very well against the zone from behind the arc, and that's what it's going to take to beat a team like Iowa.
What was their defense doing well today that shut you guys down?
Well, they switched to that zone really early. I thought they were pretty aggressive in their zone of playing active hands and times where we had opportunities to get open looks and they'd get a tip or deflection on pass. They played wide and really spread their zone out, and I think it just caused us a little bit of trouble. But, we got some really, really good looks, and obviously 7 for 33 from the three-point line. We need to shoot it better than that. I thought a couple of defensive breakdowns where, we needed to stay connected. We would kind of lose connection, go over the top of screens where we wanted to really be chasing screens, and those defensive breakdowns. Every time we had one, they made us pay. And I thought there were a couple lapses just in our transition defense where we'd score a bucket early in the first half, and they were down the floor scoring a layup before we really even got ourselves kind of turned around, and just some lapses there with our transition defensive game plan.
What makes their tandem of Clark and Cesano so hard to slow down?
Well, I mean, they can score in a lot of different ways. I think obviously Caitlin can score from behind the arc, and she does a great job of getting herself to the free throw line, but she's an elite passer, and she passes Monica open a lot of times. And, Monica has great footwork, and she's got great soft touch. And so, if she catches in certain space, obviously pretty efficient, 10 for 13 is pretty efficient. I think any coach would take that.
Satisfied with the shot selection, especially in the second half? I believe it was 13 consecutive missed threes. Did you want your team to maybe go inside more, or do you feel like the shots were good?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, you want to go inside more and we want to get paint touches, but when teams want to take that away from you, it becomes very difficult too. So, that balanced scoring and your ability to score from all levels and against that zone, it's definitely something that you're going to have to be able to knock down shots going against that. And thought we got great shots, and some days those are going in for us, and today they were not.
With 14,000 people, is there going to be a memory later on where you're going to remember something you saw or you heard today from that crowd?
Yeah, I mean, it just was really pretty special. I think the moment that we ran out of the locker room and I heard the school song playing, and just the pride that I feel as a former Husker hearing that anyways, but to hear that to the crowd that we had out there today gave me chills, and it was really a special moment.
Coach, you talked about, sorry, just real quick, you talked about during your playing days how you'd see fans of like 400 to 500, and now we're getting 12, 14,000 breaking school records. I mean, what can you say just in general of the growth of women's basketball, not just here in Nebraska, but throughout the entire country?
Yeah, I think it's really special when I think about some of my teammates and the players who played before me, and the great players who kind of paved the way to get us to this point. I mean, their brand of basketball was no less entertaining than what we're getting now. I think it's just we're starting to catch on. People are starting to see that these young women are special. They have special stories. They're really fun to want to get behind, and they play hard, and they want to win, and they're competitive, and so I think it's something that is really fun to watch the growth of women's basketball, and to see the way that crowds across the nation are getting behind our sport.
Hey, Amy, Caitlin has had pretty good games against you guys. She has good games against everybody. But, I mean, she's never scored fewer than 30 against Nebraska. She seems to turn it up a notch, if that's possible for her. What do you think of what she's done against you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think she's just a special player. She's done the same things against everybody that she goes up against, and it's I think she's just been a pretty special talent that you don't run across very often, and she has the mentality to match, and that's tough to stop.
Coming up Wednesday, how you feeling about that rematch against the Illini?
Yeah, we're excited for the opportunity to have a rematch against the Illini. I think that it's tough to go on the road and win in this league, but I think our team feels like we want to gain some momentum heading into the conference tournament. So nothing better than trying to start with a road win.
Anything else for Coach Williams? Okay. Of Alexis Markowski, Jazz Shea. Up here with Jazz Shell and Alexis Markowski. Jazz had 19 points and 9 rebounds today. Alex had 15 and 9. Questions?
Jazz, it was like 31-31 there. What was it? What did that feel like, and what had you guys done well to be at that point?
I definitely think that last time we played Iowa, we found some ways that we think that we could capitalize against them, and I think we did that in the first half. And it was a really tough game, and I think we fought really hard. And then we just had some defensive lapses, I think, that kind of got them back into the game and to get a lead on us, which was tough. And if we're going to play a team like that, I don't think we can have letdowns like that.
What was it like playing in front of a program record crowd?
It was unbelievable. I think playing in front of that crowd, but being like a hometown kid and being from Lincoln and coming to games at Devaney and now at Pinnacle Bank Arena, and to be the team that had the most fans at a game is unbelievable. And we're so thankful for Husker Nation, and was really hoping to get a W today, but just really appreciative of all the support they've given us this year.
Alexis, you're going to be here a while. Is that something like you want to feel again now? I mean, once you've tasted that 14,000, is that something where you want to play in front of 9 again and 10 again?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, who wouldn't want to play in front of that many fans, and not just once, but the whole year. But I feel like we do get pretty good crowds, not just against Iowa, but other programs and other teams. And I think women's basketball is just growing, and especially here in Lincoln and Omaha. And I hope it continues to grow and fans continue to support this program and get behind us, because there's something special growing here.
What does this team need to, I guess, change now for game losing streak, 2 games left in the regular season, going into the Big Ten tournament? What do you guys want to turn around?
I think we just need to take care on the defensive end and lock into scout. It's kind of like we spoke about, it's kind of like a focus thing. We have to be locked in for 40 minutes, and against anyone in the Big Ten, you have to be able to play 40 minutes to be able to beat anyone. And it starts on that end, and we got to knock down shots. And that's the other big part.
I agree with Jess.
Alexis, I guess not just this game, but do you think Monica gets enough credit for what Iowa does and what they can do?
I don't. She's a really hard matchup. She's always moving her feet, and her footwork is pretty good, and it's hard to work around. And Iowa does such a good job of finding Cesano, and they have really good passers. Like Clark is one of the best passers in the country, and Cesano does her work early, and she's just a really tough person to go up against. And she's also surrounded by really good passers too. So.
You go up against a duo like that with Clark and Cesano. I mean, how do you slow them down? Is it focusing on one, or just trying to get a hand in the face at any opportunity?
I think definitely a team effort. Limiting catches, Lex worked really well, like to fight around the post and try and push her out. And then with Clark, we had to try to kind of build a wall and have other players help in and just dig their hands in just to show some sort of help. You can't stop those two on your own. So I think that having a team effort, there was lapses. There was definitely some lapses, but there was also some really good signs where we're able to play really hard, tough team defense.
Where does the focus go on a cold shooting night?
I think it's definitely, it can deflate you. We need to get better at our response and how, if we're missing shots, just then focus on the defensive end. And if you're not shooting well, you have to be able to stop people down the other end. So I think that's where we have to get better.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.